Welcome back to series where we explore Relativity's short message file format and make an app that does things. Today's update is going to be mostly about user interface. I have not made any substantial changes to code. I want to show you what I did as far as controls and just talk about some other things that I thought of along the way. So let's zoom in onto the screen. All right, so no major changes, just move some things around. So what we got here is our box where we select a file. And I also added a toolbar, and I put the button that you use to load right here. So you can click here and it brings up file open dialog box, or you can paste it here. I'm not sure if that's needed. And then I put the grid is right underneath. So if I click on load to grid, it loads from this path. But you can also click on select file and it'll open it and load to the grid the same way. So just a couple of ways of doing things. You can see that the grid is now bigger, takes up the entire width. And if you resize the form, see how everything resizes, right? Nice. So now you can maximize it and you can see the grid full screen. So you can analyze fields and understand what's in it. Right, because one of the most difficult things is to actually know what you have, what data you have, so you could translate it into your text message format. All right, so let's look at the toolbar on top. I added a few more things. So when you're looking at data and you're analyzing it, you want to kind of understand what's there. You want to fit columns in certain ways. So I have a menu called fit, and we can play around with this. We can fit headers, we can fit all cells. So there are lots of options for looking at your data. Also, I added encoding. You're going to have files in all kinds of encodings, and I just added all available encodings that are provided by .NET Framework, which is a Microsoft framework that's used to build this application. So I basically put all the availables. I don't know if anyone's going to ever use Big Endian Unicode. It's just there, so I put it there. And I also added support for different delimiters. So you can choose either CSV or concordance. Because I can imagine some people will have CSV exports from forensic software. Not everyone's going to have concordance. So you got options there. And we got our help. Oh, got nice help about. So we can put some stuff here. So the important thing is I got to figure out what to name this app. RSMF converter, sounds kind of boring. Anyway, and then I also started planning where I'm going to put my activation registration box. So you'll go here, you'll get your unique computer ID, you email that to me, then I'll send you a code, you'll paste it into here, press activate, bam, this application is going to be working. All right, so that's how that's going to, so this needs work. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, as far as beverages, we're back to good stuff, okay? All right. So that's how the user interface is shaping up. It's all predictable. We got more space for the grid, fields in the bottom, all the same. The last thing I want to talk about on this update is the EML that I'm generating. So I showed you before that what I do here is I take all the conversation and I just dump it into the body of an EML file. This way it's going to get indexed by the system. But if I double click on it to open, it does not actually work as an EML file. See, it gets cut off. I believe the reason for that is there might be some funny characters here or end of the line character, or there's something I have to do. I may need to encode this text a certain way, like remove special characters and such, so that Outlook is able to read it all the way down. It is kind of weird where it's what it's displaying, so I have to figure that out. The text is there. I don't know if it'll get indexed or not, but I need to fix the body so when you double click on it, it actually looks good. Oh, and the other thing I was thinking of, right? So when we have our conversation identifier, right? So let's say we group by the time or timestamp, right? Well, I watched the Relativity's demo on how they show text messages present in Relativity, and it looked like they're mixing messages from different platforms and showing them in one file, in one RSMF. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see, because you would have to get data from different platforms, from different collection tools, or same collection tool from different databases, put them all into a master file, and then slice it up by date. Again, it's kind of weird. I'm not sure how you would practically do it. So what I would have to do is not just have a conversation identifier here to split the file, but I need to have two conversation identifiers. Basically, one is how to slice up my conversation, and which is going to be by SMS, Bloomberg, etc. And then another identifier is how I'm going to break up my files. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know. So I would need to have another field here, and it looks like it's going to be really messy. What I think I'm going to do is wait a little bit and wait for a practical application of this, like how is data coming to this application, right? Are we collecting it from some kind of Cellebrite, or what tool is actually extracting the data? Because I don't clearly visualize the entire workflow of how relativity setup can be implemented. I'm sure it can be. It just might be too much work and no one's actually going to do it. So that's why I think I'm going to stay with this format for now. Anyway, I'm going to continue working on testing different DAT files. Got to fix the EML, maybe clean up the top portion of the interface here, get rid of that so we just have a select file button. And once I get some of that done, I will let you know, and I'll give you another update. All right, talk to you later.